Okay, my friends, in this video, this is a car that I just purchased, used, and I made an intro on it. It's also on my channel if you want to check it out. But we have a situation here where the emergency brake doesn't work. Sounds like the cable's broken. So we're going to take this apart. And then also, let me get this light. Show you this light. Also, this rear hub will not turn. Now, I did a scan on it, and the ABS light for both the rears came on. The ABS light's on, and it says that the speed sensors were bad. Now, on the other side, there's nothing connected to this. It's just a hub. One turn, but that other one there, something wrong with it. So we're going to pull off the hub and find out what's going on in there. Okay, first thing we're going to do is take off this console here so we can get underneath and see if the cable's attached or not. Get the light. So here's the cable. It's there. It's taut. But you see? Now I hear something underneath flapping around. So I think the cable is broken underneath the car. So that's one thing we're going to have to do, and that might be under the gas tank. I don't know. We got to get under there and check it out, and then we got to pull off the hub. Okay, let's take off this spring here. Spread that apart, and we're going to use a 14 millimeter. Okay, it might be a good idea to put some penetrating fluid on there. Wow, that sucker's really on there. Let that sink in for a little bit, and we'll get back to it. So I just removed the brake, get it out of the way, so I can get in there to get these bolts. Two, and then maybe get a breaker bar, see if that helps. Okay, we got all the bolts out. One of them was really difficult. This one down here in the bottom I was afraid it was going to break, snap off, but we got it out. So, and ever since I've taken the bolts out, now the hub is free. But I hear something in there, it doesn't feel right. Either the bearing is bad, or maybe the speed sensors come apart. There's also this backing plate here. This backing plate is rotted and broken off. Look at this. So we're going to have to change this backing plate also, because I believe that keeps the dust. It's the reason for that being there. So I have to figure out how to get this hub off, and so let's work on that. Okay, I finally got the hub off. I had to really give it a good whack. I took the shock absorber off, and you can see how, I mean, the backing plate was already destroyed anyway, so I'd have to get a new one anyway, but this was really rusted in here. I mean, it was tough. And I also broke the wire, the ABS wire, which I'll have to replace. So I need a new hub with the speed sensor in it, and the rest of these parts, like this wheel cylinder and the springs and everything, we can reuse. But I'm convinced that this car was in a flood, or was in underwater at some point in time. I mean, I have about 150,000 miles on one of my other Scions, and there's no rust on it like this. So, and I think that's the story. Somebody bought this car, got it really cheap because it was in a flood, and sold it to me. I don't know. I'm not sure. I just can't prove it, but that's what I think. So we're going to order a new rear hub and a new backing plate, new speed sensor harness here, and we'll get this thing back together. So stand by. Okay, we are back here with some decisions to be made. So I ordered 2 new rear hubs. I did not order Toyota hubs because they were $367 a piece. I bought aftermarket. When it comes to electronics, I always prefer using the factory parts, but this, for the mechanical parts, I don't see why we need to spend all that much money. But look, I mean, just look at this rust on here. Corrosion. Look, even the brake line is corroded. So we're going to clean this all up. I ordered new brake shoes. I did not order brake drums. The drums seem to be okay wherever they are. There's the drum. There doesn't seem to be there's no groove in there like it's worn down or anything like that. So we'll sand that out a little bit, make it coarse so the new brake shoes will break in. I ordered also new springs and retainers here because these are all rotted out. I have to say, this
car had to be underwater. It just has to, because my other two Scions do not have all this undercoating and paint on here. So once we get these parts in, we'll get this cleaned up and installed, and then I should change this brake line, because as I said, it's corroded here and I just don't like the way that looks. It's not too difficult. I also ordered a new ABS sensor wire because I broke this when I pulled off the hub, and that's about it. I have to order the backing plate. I don't think I can get an aftermarket backing plate. I'm going to have to get that from the factory. So I will be back in touch with you when the parts come in, and we'll go from there.